Hello, this is the Election Bureau. You're welcome to the Citi Newsroom live on Citi TV. We are also on DSTV channel 363. My name is Premier Dunyami.
And my name is Bobie Osei. Coming up.
Electoral Commission clears the road for election 2020 as it disqualifies 5 presidential nominees, endorsing 12 others, the highest in Ghana's history.
The technical team noticed that 19 persons who had allegedly supported the CPP candidate had also supported Mr. Kufigani.
Also coming up, NDC parliamentary candidate for Aguna West in police grips after MP and Minister for Gender Cynthia Morrison lodged a complaint alleging an attempted plot to assassinate her.
The parliamentary candidate is currently at the regional CID and is assisting police with investigations. His caution statement has been taken on 1. Abetment to commit crime, to wit murder.
Senior Staff Association of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology joins nationwide strike to demand better conditions of service, but NLC secures court order to stop the strike.
We have 3 basic issues on which we are embarking on our strike. The first one is our Tier 2. People are retiring this year on Tier 2. But as we speak now, government has released only 3 years out of 10 years.
And later, we tell you how the indiscriminate disposal of waste into underground drains at Odoko Waterworks in Accra has made the outer lane of the Kaneshi-Odoko Highway a dangerous adventure for motorists.
There's a pothole in front of you. There's a car stop bus here. You are always passing the highway. They nearly leave.
Now, in our first story, the Electoral Commission has disqualified 5 of the 17 persons who submitted nominations to contest the December 2020 presidential poll. Returning officer for the 2020 presidential election, Jean Mensah, announced this at the Electoral Commission's Let the People Know forum.
Now, the 5 were disqualified for various irregularities. Sixtus Dong Udo followed the process and comes through with the following report.
Of the disqualified nominees, 2 were seeking to run as independent candidates, while 3 sought to contest on the tickets of some political parties. The 2 independent presidential nominees are Kufigani and Marek Kufigani. Mr. Gan is said to have submitted falsified signatures of persons who purportedly endorsed his nomination forms. 19 of the persons who purportedly endorsed Kufigani's nominations were also found to be executives of the Convention People's Party, CPP. The 2 have not just been disqualified from the presidential contest, but also face prosecution.
Mr. Kufigani was the 12th person to file his nominations with the Commission. There were no IT issues. However, the technical team found that a number of the signatures of many supporters followed the same pattern. And this was the signatures were referred to the CID division of the Ghana Police Service. And the police has confirmed that indeed a good number of the signatures were fake. The 8th candidate to present his nomination forms to the commission was Mr. Kufigani. The technical team noticed that 19 persons who had allegedly supported the CPP candidate had also supported Mr. Kufigani. A further check revealed that these persons had not endorsed the candidate. Indeed, the CPP wrote to the Commission about the issue, indicating that these persons were executives of their party. The technical team found that the signatures of these 19 persons were fake. And the matter was referred to the CID department of the Ghana Police Service. The CID did confirm that these signatures were fake. The candidate has therefore been disqualified, and the commission would forward this issue to the police for further action.
The three political party-sponsored nominees who have been disqualified are Akwesi Adai Odike of the United Progressive Party, UPP, Kwesi Busumbru of the People's Action Party, PAP, and Nana Ejinim Boateng of the United Front Party, UFP. These three also face prosecution for forgery. Mr. Busumbru was found to have no registered voter endorsing him from the Greater Accra region, while Mr. Odike and Mr. Ejinim Boateng were found to have forged signatures.
Mr. Kwesi Busumbru of the PAP was the 14th person to file his nomination forms with the commission. There were no IT issues. However, the candidate failed to provide supporters for some districts in the Greater Accra region and had incomplete data for a number of his supporters. Indeed, some of the supporters were not registered voters in the area of authority of the district assembly to which they endorsed his candidature, and there are a good number of them. The technical team also noted that the same persons, although they had endorsed for him on the 4 separate forms, had different signatures. And this was in the case of Ashanti and Northeast regions. This was referred to the CID division of the Ghana Police Service, and they noted that the signatures were fake. And he has been disqualified from participating and contesting in the 2020 presidential election.
The Electoral Commission chairperson, Jean Mensah, has, however, advised critics of her administration to cease their onslaught against the commission. Describing them as naysayers, Madame Mensah assured all stakeholders that the process will be free, fair, and transparent.
We entreat the naysayers to cease their onslaught of trying to discredit a thorough and credible process, and their onslaught of trying to discredit a commission that has been open and transparent and accountable to the people that it serves, that is the good people of this country. If for nothing at all, the current commission has opened up all its processes to the public and removed the cloaks of secrecy that shrouded our activities and operations in the past.
Well, the 12 candidates approved by the EC this year will make for the longest presidential ballots paper Ghana has ever had at the polls. In 2016, there were only 7 people who made the list. To help get more on those who have and have not been disqualified, I have been joined by Citi News' Sixtus Dong Olo, whose beat is the Electoral Commission. You're welcome to the Citi Newsroom, Sixtus.
Thank you, Firma.
Right, so we're going to be making history, the tallest list we're going to be having.
For the first time since the inception of the Fourth Republic, we really haven't had this long a list. And there were even fears that the 17 names were all going to go through, but maybe we should thank God for what we have now.
So tell us more about those who have been disqualified. Who really are they?
Kufigani is a businessman who showed up on the scenes and decided that he was going to take on the system. Indeed, we've spoken with him on our platforms on Citi FM and Citi TV a couple of times, and he seems passionate about a lot of things that are happening in the country, that he thinks that the basic problem with these concerns have to do with the party structures or the party system that is running our governance structure. And he thought that, like many of the other independent candidates who wanted to run this particular race, they think that we should begin thinking outside the party structures that have ruled the country since our independence. If you look at Marie Kufigani, this is somebody who also popped up with so much excitement. You recall the day he launched his campaign here in Accra, and there was so much talk about the new things that he was going to do, the hope that he was bringing onto the political scene, and the the interest, genuine interest that people took in the message that he preached. And it was the first time we saw an independent political activist, you know, bringing out a manifesto, labeling or naming various structures that he's going to use to campaign and to run an administration. Well, unfortunately, from what we have seen, even the nomination forms were not properly filled. But again, if you look at Akwesi Adai Odike, he's not new in our politics. And indeed, this is the second time in the immediate history we can recall that he's been disqualified. In 2016, he was all over the place. Even the party, there were internal issues within his party. And there was concerns with his ownership of the party, his flag bearership of the party. I recall at the time there was a parallel candidate that the party had put up against him. And that was so chaotic if you followed the developments at the time. But some people think that really it's not a surprise that he really didn't make it. Because if you look at even the party organization from 2016, and between 2016 and 2020, we would have thought that at least the lessons learned from the 2016 mistakes, you know, they wouldn't have been repeated. Like Auntie Ekeadonko, when she came to submit her nomination, she said, well, I learned a lot from 2016. I was disqualified. It pained me, in her words. And I am not going to be disqualified again. Truly, she's gone through. So I'm not sure Odike really learned from the problems that he had in 2016. Kwesi Busumbru is another new person with a new party, People's Action Party. Political science persons and activists within our governance structure are becoming worried about this tendency of new political parties in every election year.
Because very little is known of him and his party.
Very little. In fact, a week to the nominations, we heard about another party, PUP, that the EC officials had just gone to conduct nominations for their presidential candidates. But that is the problem with our system. As to whether something can happen about it is another thing. And finally, Nana Ejenim Boateng, also not a new person.
At all.
United Front Party, also been controversial, hasn't really had a good time with you know, getting his name on the ballot. And, well, again, not another surprise for us, because you don't really see the organization of the party, you don't see the structures of the party, you don't see anything about the party until it is time for nominations. That is when you hear a lot about all of these people. So really, for a lot of people, a lot of the names that we have seen here, except maybe for the independent candidates, we are not really surprised about the three other people. You know,
but talking about the independent candidates, now serious business has begun. Where will this leave the independent candidates?
Well, for 2016, sadly, it is only Jacob Osei-Yeboah Joy, our 2016 hero, who again will be in the race.
For 2020.
Remember, for 2020. 2016, he came as flag bearer and as a presidential candidate. 2020, he's coming as running mate to Alfred Walker. Now, he says that he is going to support this Alfred Walker man with the ideas, the experience, and Alfred Walker is supposed to be the figurehead. And so we expect to see some really good impression from Joy this year. Other than that, we would have a problem because we struggle to get people to aspire to the highest office of the land as independent candidates. Everything seems to be within the party sponsorship. And that is becoming probably a problem for us. And we need to be able to say that a particular independent candidate has what it takes to at least make a good impression, and maybe to consider himself or herself that force that people are looking for outside the NDC and the NPP.
But so let's go back to the people who have been disqualified. You know, the EC gave all kinds of reasons, including some fraud, to put, for want of a better word, which is criminal. So what should these persons do?
Well, as it stands now, they've all been referred to the Ghana Police Service. we understand from the communication from the EC that the CID investigated all of these people based on the submissions they made in their nomination forms. And some of them, the CID has already confirmed that there were cases of forgery, which is criminal. And so they may just want to get their lawyers ready. I understand already some of them are saying they will go to court even before the police takes them to court or the state takes them to court. And for others too, I think they are still waiting to hear what would happen. My understanding is that Odike is already saying he will go to court. Okay. I understand also that Marie Ghani is about to speak on his social media platform. We don't know what message he has for us yet. We'll see how he's taking this. But from what the Electoral Commission has communicated, they just have to get their lawyers ready.
Right, thank you very much, Sixtus. Now talking about Mari Kufigani, he is currently addressing his followers on his Facebook page. Let's join him.
I just, wow, okay. So let me just say that, yes, it is the case that we have heard the disappointing news from the EC this evening during their press release that some candidates have been disqualified, and my name happens to be one of the ones that have been disqualified according to the EC as things stand now. Yes, it is disappointing. We weren't hoping for this. We started this entire process with every genuine intent, and we still have every genuine intent concerning this process. But that is what the EC has said. I want to say to everybody listening and who will be watching this video subsequently that we filed our nominations as per the requirements of the EC, and we filed on the 8th of October. And as per, we were made to understand if the EC had any issues with our filed nomination, that we will be contacted as soon as possible for any redress and for any issues that the EC finds concerns with. As far as we are concerned, the EC has my number. They have the numbers of that we've put out there. They have my number. We've contacted each other. The EC has contacted me from different departments. As far as I am concerned and my team is concerned, throughout the stipulated period for which the EC was required to get back to us if they had issues with our nominations, that did not happen. And we also had to wait for more than a week from the EC to hear about the EC's decisions going forward. Throughout that entire period, I have not received any written concern from the EC. My team has not received any calls from the EC. We believe that these issues that the EC is raising can be resolved. We have heard from the news being put out, or the comments being put out in the media, that there were some irregularities and that the candidates themselves are in the know and they have been informed. As I state here, we have not at any point in the last 1 week or the day that was left for the filing process to be complete heard from the EC. We've received no calls, we've received no written nominations, we've received no emails, absolutely nothing. And we have provided all these details in case the EC needed to get us. And so what I will say now is that we still believe there are ways to solve these issues. And so we will be in touch with the EC to gain some further clarification as to what exactly they find wrong with our nomination and what exactly is the way forward. And depending on that conversation with the EC, we would carry out any further steps we need to carry as a matter of fact, we are in the process of ensuring that any of those further steps that we need to carry do get carried at the right time so that we can correct some of these things. So all I have to say to everybody who is listening is that a big thank you for the massive support you have given to this campaign. A big thank you to the support that we will expect that you continue to give to this campaign until this is all resolved and this is all done and done.
Moving on, the Central Regional Police Command has arrested the NDC parliamentary candidate for Aguna West, Paul Ofori-Amoah, in connection with a complaint filed by Aguna West MP and Gender Minister Cynthia Morrison over an alleged plot to assassinate her. A caution statement on abetment and plot to commit murder has been taken from Mr. Paul Ofori-Amoah.
According to the Public Relations Officer of the Central Regional Police Command, DSP Irene Opong, the NDC's parliamentary candidate admitted to issuing the 2 checks that were found on the 4 suspects arrested at Aguna Street on Saturday.
The suspects have since been remanded in police custody by a Cape Coast Circuit Court to reappear on October 30. They were cautioned on preparation to commit murder and carrying offensive weapon.
Meanwhile, the incumbent Member of Parliament for Aguna West, Cynthia Morrison, has lodged a formal complaint that the 4 men arrested in Aguna Street had plotted to kill her.
The 4 suspects who were arrested at a hotel in Suendro has been remanded into police custody by Circuit Court 1, Cape Coast, by Her Honor, Mrs. Dorinda Smith Atta, to reappear on the 30th of October 2020. They were cautioned on the following charges. 1. Preparation to commit crime, 2. Murder. 2. Carrying offensive weapon. Again, today, police invited the parliamentary candidate, Mr. Paul Ofori-Amoah, who has also reported at the regional headquarters. And he has admitted of issuing the 2 bank checks that were picked by police at the hotel when a search was conducted in the rooms and also on the suspects. The parliamentary candidate is currently at the regional CID and is assisting police with investigations. His caution statement has been taken on 1. Abetment to commit crime, to murder, and also preparation to commit crime, that is murder.
Moving on, the flag bearer of the opposition NDC, President John Dramani Mahama, has reiterated his commitment to return all confiscated excavators and mining concessions to small-scale miners when he secures a seat at the presidency. The flag bearer said this while addressing a Debar of chiefs and people of Aguna Menfi in the Menfi Central constituency at the start of his 4-day campaign tour of the Western region. Now, former President Mahama said the NPP government has deceived miners and failed to address the problems of the small-scale mining sector, promising to better manage the mining sector when giving the nod.
Yeah, you omoafa, and I say, you know, my bushia for yen ye say, Yankotrasi, na a com empuye. And no way on my party for, and no my bushia for, and I'm DC for, and I'm with the Galanseno, I'm with Busoye. Now, we are Nana. Obi eputani excavator. Yes, all the galamsey. Yeah, Benji galamsey. We say a CZ. Na yeah the cop. Nana obetia. We excavator na yes all the galamsey no. Na yeah the akoma MPPD. Na on the sack excavator na asaba na on also all the 2 Chicago body. Yeah ba. Obia ya ji na excavator bia. E dia come obi foforo. Ya ba hwe be bia excavator no. Ya ji na bia. Maybe excavators will be the better yes and the manura.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still to come, we'll tell you the indiscriminate disposal of waste into underground drains at Odoko Waterworks in Accra has made the outer lane of the Kaneshi Odoko Highway a dangerous adventure for motorists.
We'll share details on that story and many more when we return. Do stay with us.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrady, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil of the Takrady Takwa Road. Call 0302-949917 or 0540-107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
Have you wondered why people patronize for Franco Trading Enterprise? Follow me, I'll show you why. So this is the reason why people patronize from us. It's because we have quality and affordable mobile phones and accessories. Talk of Alcatel, iPhone, Samsung, and among others. We also have quality laptops and affordable television of all sizes. Our latest baby on the block is the Franco TV 65-inch Smart TV. It's just going to blow your mind. The picture quality is superb. Our shops are open for both wholesalers and retailers. You can also walk into any of our shops nationwide to window shop. But remember to always put on your face mask. Franco Trading Enterprise. Indeed, the home of quality mobile phones, televisions, and accessories.
Close-up deep action with antibacterial mouthwash formula and deep cleaning gel. Close-up deep action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breath.
You've come a long way from where you started, and in that time, you've upgraded a lot. But have you upgraded your entertainment? When you upgrade to GoTV Max, everyone gets an upgrade. Football fans can up their game with La Liga and get all new action with the NBA and NFL on a brand new channel, ESPN. The kids will go crazy for the most popular kids shows, and family night is sorted with blockbuster movies on TNT. Plus, our local celebrities will keep you connected to your continent, while our general entertainment channels will take you international. There's a whole lot for the whole family when you upgrade to GoTV Max. So make the move today and give your family an upgrade they'll love. GoTV, live it, love it.
Since 2017, a new dawn is breaking in Ghana. The NPP is building the foundations for growth and transformation. We are curbing unemployment with new and decent jobs.
Thanks to Nana, I've got a new job through NAPCO. That is why I'm voting for him as the MPP.
The promise of free SHS is now a reality.
Through education, I have a brighter future. That's why I'm voting for Nana and the MPP.
The future of our country is in the hands of a competent leader A man you can trust.
I trust Nana.
This December, let's protect our progress. Let's give Nana 4 more to do more for you.
2020, 4 more for Nana. 2020, 2020, for Nana.
You're welcome back from the break. Let's bring you some more stories. Now, the Senior Staff Association of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has resolved to stay off work until the government addresses their demand for better conditions of service. The association on Monday joined other colleagues in various public universities across the country to begin the strike. Citi News' Fatih Aminu Ibrahim reports.
Following the commencement of an industrial action by senior staff members of public schools across the country, Senior Staff Association of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in the Ashanti region have resolved to ensure that their members lay down their tools. The leadership of the association was seen on Monday busily going around all faculties on campus to ensure members are applying themselves to the directive to stay off work. The strike, the association says, is to impress on the government to award them better conditions of service. They bemoan how, although they have on several occasions engaged the government on the named issues, it has not received the needed attention they want, according to the president of KNUST Senior Staff Association, George Ansong. The government has not released Tier 2 pension funds from 2010 to 2016, and as a result, some of their members have retired without their pension.
We have 3 basic issues on which we are embarking on our strike. The first one is our Tier 2. People are retiring this year on Tier 2, but as we speak now, government has released only 3 years out of 10 years to the fund managers. We have tried severally to ask government to release the money to the fund manager so our members can be paid their Tier 2 pension. But we have not been successful. So we can't sit down anymore. We need to stay home until government releases every pesewa to the fund managers. The second point is market premium. We think that we also qualify and deserve market premium. We can't sit down whilst those at GS are taking market premium, and then our teachers here and other staff here, you tell us we are working in the university, so we are not part. There's no formula, no scientific formula to determine how one should be given that market premium. So government should speak. We have tried severally to meet the minister on this, but they have been dodging us.
He again expressed concern over how the government, through its processes, awarded market premiums to some of their members, but left out a larger group of them who they believe qualify for same. They are thus calling on the government to address their concerns, saying they will only return to work if their grievances are addressed.
We are laying down our tools to demand for our right. Yes. The third one is 15% non-basic allowance. We're there, and some people have been paid 15% non-basic allowance. I think recently the nurses too cried out, and they have also been given some percentage. We also deserve it. They are telling us it is linked with market premium, and since we are not taking market premium, we don't qualify. We think we qualify because some of our members are holding their PhDs, MPhils and Masters. So we don't know what criteria they are using to award this market premium and the 15% basic non-basic allowance. So, as I said, we tried meeting the minister, NCT and other things. They are not telling us anything good.
Meanwhile, the National Labour Commission says it has secured a court order to stop the strike by the Senior Staff Association of Universities of Ghana. Now, according to the Commission, the industrial action is illegal. Although the Senior Staff Association has accused government of failing to address their concerns, Executive Secretary of the NLC, Ofusua Samoa, says the staff members must return to work while negotiations continue.
There was no communication between them and the commission until last Friday, after they had declared a strike. You see, if you have a case before the commission with another party and you decide to go and settle while the case is pending, that is allowed. But if negotiations break down during the period for which you have been allowed to go and settle out of the commission, you are supposed to come back to the commission, right, to tell us that negotiations have broken down, and for that matter, the commission should proceed. In their case, they did not inform the commission that they were going to settle with their employers, but rather they just decided to go off the radar. But they went off at the time when the commission had written to them on the 26th of April requesting for information. So they did not provide that information the commission requested until they had declared a strike. Now, what they should know is that the commission does not proceed with a case when parties are on strike, because we do not hear cases where parties are being intimidated, either through the wearing of red armbands, strikes, or otherwise. So we told them to go back to work. They refused. Today we were in court, and we have secured an injunction compelling them to go to work this afternoon. Okay. So I'm sure they will comply. They should respect the law.
Still watching the Citi Newsroom. We're going to take a breather here. When we return, we'll tell you how the indiscriminate disposal of household waste, including mattresses and even damaged fridges, into underground drains at Odoko Waterworks in Accra, has made the outer lane of the Kaneshi Odoko Highway a dangerous adventure for motorists.
We have the details coming up shortly. Don't go away.
Cause I'm the new best thing. I'm the new best thing. Better than you've ever seen. I'm the new best thing. I'm gonna be the king. I bring that ching ching ching. Yeah, I'm the new best thing. I'm the new best thing.
Discover new Silky Guinness Smooth. Perfectly balanced for a smooth, refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth.
What's poppin'? Brand new dramas, that's what. Ethan Hawke leads a group of freedom fighters in the daring battle to end slavery in Mnet's brand new historical miniseries. We're gonna start a revolution. And the rebellious daughter must step up and take the reins of a late father's criminal enterprise in Africa Magic's brand new local series.
What do I do?
What else is poppin'? Brand new pop-up channels, that's what's poppin'. We're serving up family dramas and intrigue galore in The Beloved Man on the new telenovelas channel.
Citizens, we cannot allow this situation to go on.
We're packing a punch with the Kung Fu adventures of the Chinese Odyssey on the brand new Kicks channel. And we're going crazy over arts and crafts with Cooksy on the new Zumu channel. So pop on over to DSTV for the best of brand new this month.
Play the golden goal on Bet Planet today with just 20 Ghana cedis. You could win a Mercedes and 100,000 Ghana cedi worth of prizes. This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 8.
Hi, my name is Salamatu. Yes, these are both me. You see, before free SHS, my life could have taken two very different paths. The SHS path depended on how much money my parents had, what sacrifices they were willing to make, and whether they would send me or my little brother Issa to SHS. The other part is what would have become of me if there was no free SHS. But today, thanks to free SHS, my future is bright and promising.
Congratulations, you have an A. He's a boy.
Instead of depending on others, I will stand on my own feet and help my family. Free SHS is where my dreams for a better future and the dreams of thousands of young girls become a reality. Don't let NDC take it away from us. Vote for NPP and give all Ghanaian girls a chance for a better future.
Don't forget the balloons,
Check.
the DJ,
Check.
and the drinks.
Listen, honey, I've got this party under control, okay?
Daddy, don't forget our birthday cake with the sparkly candles. Daddy, are you there?
The party's at 4 p.m., honey. Don't be late.
With the all-new CowPay on the CowBank app and website, you don't have to worry about carrying cash. Just place your order with your favorite merchant and pay with a Visa or MasterCard, mobile money or CowBank account, or scan and pay. Visit the Play Store or App Store and download the CowBank app today. CowBank app. Forget to cash.
CowBank. Forward.
Hello again. The indiscriminate disposal of household waste, including mattresses and even damaged fridges, into underground drains at Odoko Waterworks in Accra has made the outer lane of the Kaneshi-Odoko Highway a dangerous adventure for motorists.
Now, the situation is compounded by the erosion of sand that has choked the 12-meter deep underground drain. The spilled water on the surface of the road covers the deep potholes on the stretch, trapping cars and causing many to break down.
Citi News' Caleb Kuda has more in this report.
Coming from Odoko towards Kaneshi, the strange pool of water on the outer lane 3 days after the rains created a rather nice scene. So I thought, until I got closer to Koga's furniture. I learned from onlookers who helped me navigate the way that ahead of me was even worse.
You find inside the gutter. There's a pothole in front of you. Where the car is, you fell inside. The outside now, the car stopped pass here. You are always passing the highway. They nearly leave.
I felt lucky seeing how this taxi driver got trapped in the very pothole I was fortunate to escape. I felt sorry for the driver because these 4 onlookers offered to help only if he paid them 15 Ghana cedis each. That was an amount he couldn't part with. At this point, an extremely nauseous stench from the pool of water made me feel like throwing up. I later learned that some residents in Odoko discharged fecal matter from their homes into the drains, and that was responsible for the stench. But the poor taxi driver had to step into this pool in a desperate attempt to move his car out. Several other drivers spent time exercising judgment to try or not to try the outer lane. For Romeo Tokbo, riding his tricycle through the pool of fecal matter concentrated floodwater on the outer lane was a horrible experience.
Smelling very bad. And the road is not always there. We suffered. Always. It's not only the motors, cars, the traffic, everything. People suffered here. We suffered a lot.
At then the whole motor has to fall in the water, and so that we have to go and fetch it back. But at times when you have to leave the water in the distance, then you go away.
The health hazards here are glaring, given that Akosua Brago sells food by the unclean gutter.
It is your time, I had to say. I had you to move to me, Benjamin.
Open cast with me, says, we type how you feel. A high gutter, when I feel choking on it. And two. I told you how much I'm down, baby, gutter. Then I'm casting on very Saturday, and the moon and sure to toy. I can say,
Along the stretch are other traders like Ya, who is continuously exposed to the health hazards here.
Oh, I did. It's your time, the panel. Yes, it's your official never. Now you see, and that's all you got into Nama. I had a basa, we are be a bayo.
I'm watching one, I say, no, ma.
Oh, I'm on chair. I'm starting. My father said, they say 2 weeks.
It's my second day using the stretch, and I'm fear-stricken. The volume of water seems to have increased. I see ripples form on the surface of the water. I hear voices from the shoulders of the streets warning me. A few meters away from Koga's Furniture Junction, I met about 15 young men desilting the choked drain, while the water pumps extract sewer from the 12 feet deep underground drain. With their wheelbarrows and ladders, they fetch a daily target of 10 Kia truck loads of silt onto the shoulder of the road and subsequently carried away for a daily wage of 70 Ghana cedis. What they see in there makes for horrific listening.
It's a very dangerous way. Inside, no, at least a chamber no back. It's a chamber there 4. Not in from income 1 hour time and son a young cum. And I won't say, Sa petrol in your money in the ash inside the yeshi. After 3 days, now we'll recover. You be at work, not from my income. After 1 hour, now you come. They say, I'm not sure. Yeah, my money yet. Fear. Yeah, man, yet your core, your catch or say. At least, Obiam Bomodeno on boy. Now, you swim or you swap. At least, or moon fan share, pocket, no more fan piano, the baby got them about. But, no more dairy, no more way, especially, excuse me to say, way, toilet. Oma connected toilet, you are gumi pa. A honey, one connected toilet, you into no na face that problem na face because who yet man na who insider na toilet no aba na boom. Oh, but when the
Two teenage residents of Odoko, whose identities I have concealed for security reasons, confirmed the negative attitude the workers complained about.
Boss, I'm kind of cranky. You so tired. Pogas anyone now, no crying on you know. A flower day because got away from me and Sisi Accra. So, oh, she on my boy, team on Yasam get to her. I'm a cast Nicrabi on my own moment. I won't form and to me on Papa. Oh, and to call you me, dear, a bear palmy, and I have seen Newsroom. Cast no move bar or bottom, no bottom, no bottom. Think a bear or movie, I no more snow the machine barber faso, learning me higher level. And why they hear
no, but you're talking about garbage. Who puts the garbage inside the gutter?
The residents, those who are around. Toilets, spoiled food, plenty things, and they'll be putting it in the gutter. That's why every day the gutter chokes.
Toilet?
Yes.
It's my third day here, at Ofankor Waterworks. This time, I am in the company of the Blekuma North Municipal Engineer in charge of maintenance, Edward Kwekuchega.
Because what happened is when it's raining, people, because they want to, people drop all sort of things in the ties, fridges, mattress, a lot of things. They have the power to. So the chief executive is taking it upon himself and he's going around to get those who don't have permits. Very soon maybe they will start with some demolition so that to make way for the water. You see, ideally, that area, people are not supposed to build in that area. So, and they are doing it and the blinds have not assembly. So what we'll do is, the chief executive has decided to go there with bulldozers and all those who are in the waterway houses will have to be demolished.
You may have heard of the ravaging impact of COVID-19 on economies across the globe. In as much as the disease has affected every sphere of life, its debilitating effects on education in Ghana cannot be overemphasized.
Now, the following report by Citi News' Ni Ayikwe Okine delves into how school activities have been severely affected by COVID-19.
The process of acquiring formal knowledge was all smooth and fancy until the outbreak of coronavirus in Ghana. Students could assemble often and were engaged in sports, religious events, and sat closely to each other in class to undertake group studies. The student-teacher relationship and physical encounters in the classroom were part of the average school setting. In as much as a truant may dislike the idea of being in school, such a student cannot deny the glee that came with meeting friends and favorite teachers in school. COVID-19 disrupted this cohesion that existed in schools.
For me, sometimes you have to help others with their work and something of that sort. But now you don't get a chance to do so because the government says you should observe this social distancing protocol.
It feels really sad because we've been at home for a long time and some of them, we've not seen them in a while. So when you see them like this, we want to hug them and do some stuff. But now because of social distancing, we need to distance ourselves and observe the rules.
Really sad because you can't shake hands with your friend. You are so excited, you want to hug your friend, but you can't hug your friend because of the pandemic.
Some schools resorted to virtual learning platforms in order not to miss out on their academics during the lockdown era. But was this mode of learning effective compared to the conventional classroom experience that involved a teacher?
I wasn't really following the online classes because of certain issues at home, and I didn't understand certain topics, so I needed a teacher's assistance, but now it's good.
The virtual platform, it wasn't really sustainable because it's not all of us that have phones and can buy data for that long period, so it was kind of problematic.
With the outbreak of the coronavirus disease, schools have had to comply with the physical distancing protocol after partial reopening, and this has impinged on the bond that existed amongst pupils and to some extent the teachers. Students gave details of the ravaging impact of the virus on their school lives.
The COVID has really caused a lot of problems because we have a lot of things to do. Because maybe early next year we will be writing our from the new Form 1 students to also come back to school. So the pressure is somehow high, but it's just all the students relax and take their books very seriously, as we always say.
Now we have to be going back to the previous topics we couldn't learn during the COVID era, this lockdown period. So there's a lot of pressure on us as the students, because if the COVID-19 wasn't in existence, we would have finished all the topics we were to do in Form 2, moved on to Form 3, and I think by now we are even about to finish everything we've done in Form 3.
For some teachers, strategies have been adopted to ensure that students catch up with the lost contact hours. Heads of some of the institutions outlined measures put in place to safeguard the students against the virus following partial reopening of schools.
Right from days back, we have a well-stocked up
sick day, we've always had a school nurse, and now there are the protocols. So you see right at the gate, you see no face mask, no entry. We have vertical buckets out there. We have a nurse sitting at the gate, and the security man there.
And that's how we wrap up. You've been watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Don't forget that our website, citinewsroom.com, has more news updates.
Subscribe to CitiTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store or the App Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Fremedu Nyame.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
My name is Bobie Osei. Many thanks for watching.
Citi TV is live. On DSTV, go to channel 363. On GoTV, access Citi TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV on your television. Citi TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. Citi TV, it's your world.
After several weeks of competition and eviction on the Keyboard Idol stage, 7 talented contestants have made it to the Keyboard Idol Grand Finale. Which of the 7 talented contestants will win the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis? Is it Calvin, Nanayao, Joel, Erajua, Uriel, Justice, or Nana Kweku? Let's find out in the final showdown on Saturday, 24th October 2020 as we crown the Keyboard Idol. Join us live on Citi TV at 6 p.m. prompt and witness all finalists as they play their hearts out one last time. Keyboard Idol is sponsored by Santol Energy, Asanka powered by Tech Aid and FateWorks Music School, and is powered by Citi TV. Keyboard Idol, let the music play.
Rigworld Solutions is a wholly owned Ghanaian company that offers multiple engineering solutions for the extractive and petrochemical industries. We manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings. From our factory at Kejebri in Takrade in the western region of Ghana, Rigworld Solutions employs Ghanaians to produce world-class products.